Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the new national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee.
So, Miriam mentioned that, the Arise, O Compatriot at the time it was done showed progress. And we needed to move from where we were with Arise, O Compatriots with the the highest number of our population, which are the youth, being the youth. It is absurd because the last caller was saying Nigeria We Hail Thee used to command the respect of the country. But at the time where we are now, if Arise, O Compatriot cannot command that respect, it's not a Nigeria We Hail Thee.
That will.
That will, because the youth, the present highest population of Nigerians do not understand that past, and we can't continue to exist in the past. So we have a song that carries our current feeling. Personally, that's what I think, because I like the lyrics. You say, here we stand as a people. I was going to sing, but I didn't.
Don't sing, please.
Here we stand as a people with one song, one voice. We are a nation undivided and poised.
Yep.
We will take our stand and build our land with faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart, one cause. We are determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and truth prevails. A land where there's hope for us all. We are all we have. We will defend our land. We believe in this nation. And we know we'll get there. We are all we have. We will defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds that one day she will shine like the sun. We are a great nation. I'm not going to go the rest. The reason why I will not go the rest is that we are battling too many internal. Just last week, some Nigerians faced Nigerians' defense and killed soldiers.
Yes.
In our very before in this country. And we think it is Nigeria We Hail Thee that will tell these youth that are on a jackpot spree, on their way out steadily, saying, no Nigeria, there's no country, that will tell them, to respect what the Nigeria commands. Arise, O Compatriot did not rise nobody. These youth are on a jackpot spree. They've lost the hope in Nigeria. That's why I keep saying the most important job is for the Nigerian Orientation Agency to know what they are doing right now. We need Nigerians to rebuy into this Nigeria dream. And it is not going back to a colonial master's idea of what our national anthem should be, but they don't pass them into law. You know me, I'm a lawyer, so I'm going to obey the law. But does it inspire the respect we are looking for?
Question.
An anthem is something that when you hear it, you stand with pride. You can relate with the words.
Inspires patriotism.
As you are hearing, you can stand in reflection of the words and own that thing and say, that is who I am. That is my ancestry. That is my country. That is where I'm from, a blessed land. That's what an anthem is supposed to command. We can't say songs no day. Let's go and find song. And I'm wondering, what is Simi doing there? What is he doing? Just adjust the song, remove it from a 4-minute song and get it to an anthem to conform. But the words, whoever wrote that song for him, the lyrics, he reached. We don't have to go too far. I don't think that they don't use brain work.
Thank you, Nima. We have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Amos.
Good morning, Amos.
Good morning, ma.
You're live. Listening to him.
I'm calling from San.
You're listening to the TV. Okay, yes, even the network is bad. So you people have just said everything I had in my mind in different ways, and we came from different angles as well. I personally took it as an insult to the creatives of our nation. We are very talented to be going back to what the colonial masters left for us as an anthem. We have amazing singers. We have amazing creative, amazing writers. Whatever work you want to be written, we have people here who can write it. It's just about getting the people together to say, okay, this is the Nigerian dream. We also need to identify what the Nigerian dream is. This is the Nigerian dream. We want you to create something that captures the Nigerian dream so that when people sing it, they are inspired to hold on to their nation and to fight for their nation. And, for me, going back to what people had given us before, people that we are trying as much as possible to, release ourselves from the shackles. It seems like we we stylishly still go back to being enslaved in one way or the other, even in how we handle our administrations. We are stylishly being enslaved as well. Our minds are still being enslaved, and a lot of people are working hard to break free from this enslavement so that we can find our own, chart our own course. It seems like we are going back. So I didn't like it personally, and I just felt we cannot have a nation full of people like this, and we cannot get this done. I also felt like there was no conversation. Like you said, it seemed like, we have a new national anthem. I did not hear when they did first reading. I did not hear when they did second reading. I know that when you do first reading and second reading, and sometimes you may need to get stakeholders together. Yes, so that people can give their opinions. You now dissect it properly. There are also decisions that the government has taken, and by the time people said, no, we don't like this, they went back. Yes. They went back. So there's hope at the end of this tunnel that if the president hears us, that majority of Nigerians are saying, is this the way to go? That they may likely reconsider it. Remembering the fact that our population is merely, majority of our population are youths. You want to do something that will capture them. Now, it seems like we have left, in fact, there were organizations that had events this period, and it was only the old men that were singing. The young people were just looking. They were excited about, that's the one we sang when we were in primary school. What about us? You people are already going. Your journey is shorter. Where you're going to is shorter than where you're coming from. What about the future of the nation? You're not carrying us along. Tomorrow you say the youths are doing their own thing. They're just focusing on entertainment. They're just focusing on this. You are not carrying us along.
But that influence, that is also influenced by the number of people that are leading us that are youth. There are very few people leading us. Very few of the decision makers in Nigeria are young, are less than 50.
True.
Majority of the decision makers in Nigeria are above 50, which means that they will feel the emotional attachment to this song that we are saying does not hold water for us. And that's why there's need for representation. They say representation, there must be representation. Because if decision for my life as a woman, as a mother, as a wife is being made by a man who does not understand what it's like to be working with period and be having menstrual pain, who does not understand labor pain or understand it, it will be a tough thing. Even if the person is a very kind, thoughtful person, you cannot understand the reality. I cannot understand the reality of a man who has house rent, school fees, all of that, because that is his reality. That's why decisions that influence people's lives should be made by both that influence a man should be made with a man involved, and what that influence a woman should be made with a woman involved. And a decision that would be focusing on Nigeria and the future of Nigeria, which the median age is less than 20, should be made by people who understand what it feels like to be that age, understand the pain. The majority of that 20-year-old Nigerian now, they're looking at that song. Even my primary school son is looking at the song and wondering, why are they changing the national anthem exactly? So I need to learn this new national anthem right now. This is like...
Yeah. So learning is not really the issue. We can always learn anything and unlearn at any age, right? But let's take a short break. When we come back, we try and wrap up this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. YourView will be right back.
Welcome back. We're still talking about the new national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee. Now, I want to ask a question. The current one. I want to ask a question. I know that a lot of people are not happy with the national anthem. We've already discussed the reasons why they are not happy about it. But, you know, you highlighted something while you were giving your analogy. If you go for an event as a Nigerian and a patriot, even while we're still discussing whether we like it or not, and it's being played, will you sing it?
Of course we will.
Why will you?
I'll personally sing it. Because it's a law. And that's our new anthem, and the old one is no longer recognized. So when something is repealed, it no longer it stops to exist. It doesn't stand any ground. And so you do what is the existing law. So I would sing it, and I would try to believe in it. For me, this is a teachable moment, because I did not know why they call Nigeria We Hail Thee in the past, or what Madam was thinking when she composed that anthem. Yeah. And so this will probably give me time to go think it, maybe hear it over and over. You know, if you hear something, sometime you might make, you don't necessarily have to buy it, but just make sense of it. Over time, you might understand what, and see why it invokes that respect in the past generation as opposed to us. and what maybe at the end of worst case, you will understand it, just to understand. But if whether it will get me to really that command that respect that I'm thinking, no, I doubt it.
This one get up to the top. But will you sing it?
Oh, yeah, I will totally sing it. I'll sing it, it's not a case of... I love my country, you know. I don't necessarily have to agree with everything my leader says, but I've trusted that God has put my leader in place, and in honoring my country, I should honor my leader, which was why when I was even establishing the story, I said, I want to believe that they have their reasons. I might not necessarily agree with it yet. So I'm on a journey of learning it, because I have 3 children who only know, all of us in the house, we only know Arise or Compatriots. My dad was at home and he said he knows it. So we are going to go on YouTube, and all of us Grandpa will teach us. We'll watch. It will be an opportunity to just bond and learn. And change is not a convenient thing for many people. And people like to, for the older generation, this is familiar, so they are happy about it. For us, it is total change, which we must embrace, whether we like it or not. We have a country, there's an anthem, you better learn it, you better sing it.
Yeah, will you sing it, Miriam?
Oh, I will. I will sing it. It's our national anthem, so I will sing it. That's one, because it's our national anthem. Secondly, because on the face of it, lyric by lyric, word for word, it's something that I believe in. I believe that though our tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. It is not a message on its own. It's not a message that brings us down or breaks us, or, you know, it's a message that still encourages patriotism, still wants the best for Nigeria. There is the how we went about it, and the fact that it was this one we used, the one that still attaches us to our colonialism. That's the problem. So, you know, in conversation, we've heard everybody talk about, oh, it's a distraction. Is this what we should be discussing when there are bigger issues? You know, we had a caller who said, an anthem is not a big deal. Like in every home, we have some things that are daily goals. So an anthem really, for me, is not a big deal. I think people are just upset about how it was done. Because if we had done the process right, Nigerians will still be excited about, you know, trying to come up with a national anthem that that represents us today, while talking about insecurity, while trying to talk about rising prices in food, you know, kidnapping and all the other issues. But what the government would have done that would have even made it beautiful is, in spite of all these things that we're going through, they would have given us something that we can all work on together. So the distraction that people are even talking about will be positive distraction from constantly, you know, going on and on about the issues. And
we like this song.
Just like the way we do with football, you know. So we would have made the national anthem like, everybody we want from different regions, let's come up with lyrics for the song for now and the Nigeria that we're hoping to go. So the method was wrong, and the association with colonialism, for me, does not
wrong. Yeah. So I would also sing it if I go for an event and they say, let's sing the national anthem, because it's been passed as a law, and as a patriot, I would, you know, obey. One of the reasons I will obey is I understand that, for instance, it's not every decision our parents take that makes sense to us, but because they are parents, we'll honor them, you know. And even though we are still going back to say, we don't like this, can you change this? Can we talk about this? I also do not want the conversation to just drop. I want people to still explain, still talk about it, still get the government to understand what we feel concerning the national anthem. But for anywhere that's being played, I would sing it, because I am a patriotic Nigerian. I do not have another country I want to go to. I cannot be seen to be fighting the government of the day, because I don't agree in their policies. There are a lot of policies that they have that I don't agree with, but once it becomes a law, as a citizen, I would obey. And it got me thinking, can I just add something? You know, in the days of old, where proclamations are made by the king or something, and one person says we are not going to, it's treason. It's considered as treason. So you must do what the king has said, and you can still have your conversations later on, but you must be seen to be obeying
I don't think
what the
singing or
king
not singing national anthem.
I don't know how serious it is. Yes,
but
anyway.
but I'm hoping not go repeal, because you know, we've just, maybe, you know, National Assembly did not, like I said, I don't think they put in thoughts into this process. I think it was an agenda, let's just pass it. I think now that Nigerians are talking, I want to believe they're a responsive government, and that, you know, a repeal is possible. An anthem should command Nigerians abroad to stand.
Yes, wherever
it should
they
command them to want to come back. It should inspire the Nigerianness in us. It should inspire that brotherhood that we are writing in all the old anthem. In the Nigeria, we have brotherhood. This one that we remove our rights, we have brotherhood. We have fatherland, motherland, all of it inside.
Know the land,
Yes, we know land, and we don't have that same feeling. Can we have something that inspires our youth to say, oh, 2-3 people want to start banditry, but I will not be a part because I'm a proud Nigerian. Yeah. Something that invokes the pride or your ownership of the country. We can have that. And so because I know that they might be watching news and, they most likely watching YourView, can we please have a repeal?
Yeah, I think we should.
Is it easy to do that?
It does not have to be easy. If it's an agenda. It will not be an agenda. If it's an agenda, it will be easy. Just because this was an agenda.
Exactly. What could
it will jump first, second reading.
Who could the agenda be,
What
though?
are we agending with
Yes.
the national anthem?
No, I believe that, the government wanted to revert to the old anthem.
Yeah,
That's
why would that
they
be?
like it.
I don't, all the argument that it inspires, but those are flawed. But I think the agenda was let's revert. And
Is there a colonial master somewhere saying that if you don't change to this, we will not help you?
No, none.
Yes, I don't know.
not even start that.
This agenda is not agending for me.
But if they should make the new agenda a repeal, something to inspire Nigerians. The National Orientation Agency as a body should already write something and forward to the government and, have us repeal this.
Yeah, in wrapping up, if the government is listening today, we don't like this one. It does not inspire us. It does not give us that strength that we want. If you can listen to us and come together to say, what can we do that anybody that is singing this, whether home or abroad, is inspired to be a patriotic Nigerian, we will be happy. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we move on to yet another hot topic trending today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.